For those that have not met me, I'm Robin Hampton Pierce, and I am the account manager for Becker. I cover the state of Kentucky, and I cover the state of Indiana for the most part, except like northern up by Chicago. This is my email, rhamptonpeers@becker.com. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime with any questions. If I don't know the answer, Samantha doesn't know the answer, we will get the answer for you. I'm assuming most of you all are seniors, so you still, things are going to continue to change over the next year with COVID. But I'm going to go ahead and continue on. The agenda for today is just the application process, just a refresh, and you may have seen this, prometric, scheduling, rescheduling, what to expect, and then NASBA, the notice to sit extensions, extended testing windows, continuous testing, credit extensions, and I've put together a little study plan and time management for you as well. Now, some of this isn't going to apply to you because, as we know, a lot of this started pretty much around April, but we don't know what's going to happen over the next few months either. So the first, I want to talk about meet the education requirements. So in the state of Kentucky, to be eligible to sit for the exam, you do have to have 120 hours of credits with a 4-year bachelor degree at college, and that's what you're doing now. But in order to receive the license, you have to have, to get the licensure in the mail, you have to have 150 credit hours. So you'll either do a dual degree, you'll go on for some of your master's program, U of L and U of K have a MAC program, and you'll get your 150 that way. And like Peter said, take advantage of your electives. That's going to help you with your studying, so you can take classes online. Accounting hours required in Kentucky is 27 accounting hours and business hours 12. And there's no state-specific coursework. So in order to apply the application process, you go to the board's website. You can, there it is, CPA.government, Kentucky.government. And I have this complete presentation for you all. If anybody wants it, please reach out to Samantha and myself. You click on the exam candidate, and then you click on the initial application, and you're going to just follow the instructions to the link. And at the bottom of the, oh God, let me move. I keep seeing my picture. Let me go. At the bottom of the page, click on application, and then link, and then you may type in your responses to the questions, or you may print it out. And you want to make sure you answer in blue or black ink when you're printing out your application. So have your signature notarized, and I'm going to, I just want to let everybody know, I talked to a deck at the Kentucky State Board of Accountancy, and he said it's taken a little bit longer to get your notice to schedule back. So once you apply the application process, he said, please allow at least like 3 to 4 weeks. Normally Kentucky is great. They will get you approved and your notice is scheduled usually within a week. But he has, he's retiring, but he's still working, answering emails and helping out. He's officially retired, but Susan and Holly are there. One of them is on maternity leave. So with that being said, she's working from home. She's got the new baby, so she's going as fast as she can. So please allow yourself an extra few weeks for your application process. So you'll submit a check, and he said to do these things that I have listed, make sure you follow step-by-step instructions. The holdup is to take what'll cost you additional weeks is if you don't have everything together. So you want to submit a check or money order, you make it payable to the Kentucky Board of Accountancy with your application. Make sure you place a check mark next to each section, the exams you want to take and plan to sit for the next 6 months. Now, if you don't plan to pass all 4 sections within 6 months, don't pay for all 4 sections of the exam. You will not get a refund if you don't complete all 4 sections within the 6 months. You know, you're going to take 9 months, 12 months, even up to your 18 months to take all 4 sections. just pay for 1 or 2 sections at a time. So that way, you know that you won't lose any money within the 6 months because there are no refunds. And then always remember, final official college transcript must be submitted with the application. You can actually send an electronic transcripts are acceptable through the National Student Clearinghouse. So I just want to kind of go over the fees. The AICPA per metric and NASBA fees total $209.99 per section. The board charges a one-time fee, $30 fee for all initial exam applications. There's also a $30 per section fee for each initial and re-exam application. So your total with your fees, your exam, you're looking at around $990. And you compare that to other states. Actually, Kentucky does a good job, I think, keeping them a little bit lower than other states, especially Indiana. Fees paid to the board are non-refundable. Board has no control over refund or fees paid to AICPA, NASBA, or METIC, and they're not refunded at all. There's no exceptions. Obtain your licensure. As I said, you'll have to obtain your 150 credits with 27 hours in accounting and the 12 hours in business. You'll complete 1 year of employment experience in accounting, either in accounting or an auditing position. Now, the 1 year equivalates to 2,000 hours of employment with the CPA. It's got to be a certified CPA that can sign off that you completed the 1 year, 2,000 hours, whichever comes first. 5 years from the last exam you passed to complete your experience with Kentucky. So for metric testing centers and the CPA exam. Samantha, do we have any questions?
Not right now.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Prometric Center and NASBA are your best friends right now. They will keep you updated on everything going on with COVID. Please make sure it's your responsibility to continue to check updates. This was actually the last update that I've seen, and I just looked this morning when I was tweaking the presentation for you all now, because now we're going into August 1st, but this is still posted. I will say NASBA and the Prometric Center are doing a great job. They are actually continuing to apply with local and regional government guidelines when opening testing centers. And they're continuing to monitoring this as well each day. So one good news is, I'd like to say this, I'm going back to something Peter said. When they opened up the Prometric centers, they made the CPA essential to take the exam. So that says a lot that the CPA exam is important and it is essential to have. So this is what you're going to see when you go to the Prometric regarding COVID-19. And it's just that their goal is to open their sites just to be in accordance again with local government, to make sure you're safe, your safety is first. I do know that you are required to wear a mask and things like that. So we'll get into that a little bit more. Some of the guidelines with the Prometric Center. But again, go ahead and check out the Prometric Center, and it will continue to update. But this is their last update. NASBA announcement. Prometric will resuming testing the CPA exam. Well, somebody wants in. Let me admit somebody, sorry. In the US on May 2020. So we're kind of past that a little bit, right? So, so again, your essential service. So again, prometric.com/corona/virus/update. That's where you will go for openings and closures. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. You know, Governor Beshear here, now we're going back to 25% for restaurants. We're, 10 people now per gatherings. So we can see this changing again here in Kentucky. Prometric will enforce all social distancing regulation in the testing centers. Candidates will test at every other workstation. Mask is required. So one thing, I want to give you a little bit of a hint now. I would go ahead when you start practicing your exams, and I know it's uncomfortable, but I would go ahead and start practicing with the mask on so that you get used to it. Some students that tested said it was a little frustrating. They weren't prepared for it. Wearing the mask got maybe a little hot, kind of lose concentration. So go ahead and practice with that. That would be a good practice until we get further notice that we do not have to wear masks. So you will not be allowed in the testing center without it. And you don't want to bring anything of your own. Again, they're going to disinfect. They're going to take the measures to make sure it is sanitized and cleaned appropriately. Opening testing centers begin offering expanded hours and dates to increase capacity, and they've already done that. They've done a really good job opening. They've extended hours to take the exam. Candidates who wish to schedule an exam session should check the Prometric CPA exam page pro scheduler. So make sure you check that out. And I know most of you may not even be ready till next May. And Samantha and I will do another workshop, and we will be doing workshops individually at each university here in Kentucky as well to keep you updated through this next year. So let's see. For some reason, let me see. There we go. Backspace. Okay. So again, this is going back to, this is another announcement. If your test has been canceled or rescheduled due to COVID, closure preventive measures, you are not going to be charged fees a second, third time. Students have panicked over the summer because of the rescheduling, the refunds. The test is already stressful enough. So NASBA, the Prometric Center, Becker, we don't want to add extra stress to you in your studying. So you don't need to worry about those fees. And they have extended the notice to schedule it and no extra fees for you all. So if you should need extra support, you want to visit them and ask questions. And you can always email me and we can answer the questions as well. But this is on their website. And so you can click here, whoops, go back, where you can click. So that will that'll be all the information about rescheduling, refunds, and other impacts to candidates. And again, this may not affect you right now. Okay, so now we're in the notice to schedule extensions, the extended testing windows, continuous testing, and credit extensions. So we are very, very excited about this. I know Samantha, the society is as well. Announcement, notice to schedule extensions. So again, as of right now, because of COVID and several states still shut down, I know that the notice of schedules or extended out, I believe through December 31st. Again, this was done back in February, and you can see your notice of schedule extensions. And then I'll get into the coloring of the map. Blue, Kentucky, you're in Kentucky. So let me get into that. CPA exam credit extension. Students panicked when they went online and said, okay, now I'm getting a pass or fail score online. That's what my professor gave me. You all are familiar with this once you went to online classes. They are accepting credit extensions, so do not worry about that. You continue to take your classes, your courses, talk to your instructors, and you will be just fine. But I want to show you Kentucky. Credits with expiration dates, again, this is April 1st to December 30, will be extended through December 31st, 2020. Again, I foresee this changing. We'll know more again as I would say around November approaches. And this all information all came from NASBA's website. So do we have any questions so far?
Yeah, we have several, but they're kind of scattered in
Okay.
topic. So I don't know if you want to just continue through and we can circle back.
Okay, why don't we do that if that's okay with everyone?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that'll be easiest. Go ahead.
You all can continue eating while I'm talking. Okay, so the key questions that students ask in May, will Prometric or NASBA be posting lists of open testing centers? And of course, they have been listing those on their websites. So continue testing. And as of right now, all 50 states are open. Some of the Prometric centers are just limited on where you can test. Again, you're testing in Kentucky, so we have a Prometric center at U of L campus, and we also have one off Lynn Station Road, off Shelbyville Road. We have one as well. So as of right now, testing centers are open. And they, again, limited capacity. Remember, limited capacity. So you want to allow yourself 2 or 3 weeks to schedule out for your exam. And that's as of right now. I can't foresee changing with what's going on. How's the decision being made to reopen testing centers? Is it on a state by state basis or location by location? Again, excuse me, I apologize. Let me grab a little drink of water. Again, it's state by state basis, I guess. And what I would say is in higher COVID areas, they have limited capacity, or they may have that location closed down, so you have to go somewhere else to test. So it is state by state basis. But again, Prometric and NASBA they're doing a great job keeping us informed. If my exam is canceled because my testing center is closed, when and how, will you take the exam and move forward? Remember, if you're scheduled to take an exam section and they cancel that, you're not going to have the fees. And that was the thing. You'll have to remember to look at, maybe you may have to look at the next month for testing center. You may have to drive somewhere for a testing center. Again, we're 3 hours from Nashville. We're an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours from Indianapolis. So those are things you may have to consider. As of right now, that's not a worry for you as of right now, because we do have the Prometric centers here in Louisville, Kentucky. How are you prioritizing students by rescheduling exams? Again, it was a case-by-case basis. This was back in May. They've done a really good job. They've already notified all those students who had noticed the schedules. And again, we will circle around this again in November with Samantha. Samantha and I will do this, and we'll see where we're at that time for people. Those of you graduate in December and will want to test in January of next year, February, and then we'll circle back around, I think around March or April, to see where we're at with these questions. How will the need for social distancing impact the number of seats available? And I already went over that. It's every other seat, but that is why they have added extra hours available for you to test because of the limited seating. How will the test experience be affected by COVID-19? Again, I addressed that. You will wear a mask as of right now. And again, we'll circle back around any changes. And again, emergency testing windows. Students were, again, this isn't affecting you right now, but I just want to show you how quickly the turnaround was for the impact on score release, because as soon as you take the exam, you don't want to wait a month or two to get your score. You want it pretty quickly. I think they did a really good job, AICPA and the Prometric Center. So just if you took the exam on or before June 30th, the AICP receives your exam date file for Prometric on July 1st, and then and then you see how quickly it was released. So they are doing a really good job getting the scores released. So feel confident about that. And again, this is for those students who had tested from April to June. Now, this is what we're excited about. Continuous testing start on July 1st. So the yellow, as you can see, Indiana, Georgia, there's a few yellow states, South Carolina. Why the yellow? Well, they're still in, talks. It's just not something you can say, oh, we're gonna go ahead, no blackout periods. They have to go through, jurisdictions and things like that. It is a process for completing these steps necessary to become make the exam offered all year around with no blackout periods. So candidates can immediately retake the failed exam. So why is that positive? Because it allows the candidate to pass the CPA faster and reduce the risk of losing credit on previous past sections. If a candidate fails a section, you can now reschedule that exam as soon as possible once you receive your new notice to schedule, and so waiting until the next testing window. So this is great news for Kentucky. So we're really excited about that. And Indiana will be on board. I would think it should be soon. So this is good news, but also remember, just as Peter said, you have 18 months to pass all 4 sections from the first part that you passed with the state. So these were other key questions asked by students. Well, the yellow states all have continuous testing in place by July 1st. Well, as of right now, we're at end of July, and as of right now, they don't. They are working on those. And again, South Carolina, we had that in there because we had a large presentation statewide. Under continuous testing, if you find out I failed an exam, how soon will I be able to retake your exam? Well, you'll be able to retake the exam immediately. And then this is from the Kentucky State Board of Accountancy. Retaking the exam, you'll go back to the board's website. There is a link, and this is if you fail a section, so you'll be able to go right back. This allows you, because you've been in the study mode, now you can go ahead and retest a failed section. There is a link on Kentucky State Board's Accountancy's website called Exam Candidates. You click on the re-exam application and you follow the instructions. You still have to complete and return a check or money order because you've got to pay the state fees again if you did not pass a section. And then once you complete and return a check in your application, then it will be processed and you'll get another notice to schedule. So again, I'm not sure of the time frame on that. Again, with Susan or Holly, whichever one's out on pregnancy leave, that could take like a couple of weeks. So just allow a couple of weeks for that. What will the process be for reapplying failed exams so I can retake it? Again, I just went over that. It's pretty simple through the Kentucky State Board of Accountancy. How will score release dates be affected by continuous testing model? As we see, they're doing a great job getting those scores released within a timely manner within 2 or 3 weeks. So I think they're doing a really good job. Will there ever be blackout dates under continuous testing model? Not that we're aware of, but we will keep you updated as the next few months. So studying for the CPA exam. So impact of COVID on Becker's CPA review course. So with Becker, some of you will have a firm offer, and we have unlimited license agreement. So what does unlimited license agreement mean to you? You can go ahead and start studying, and you can start preparing and spend a little extra time if you wish. The Big Four firms have the unlimited license agreement. We also have a 24-month let me go to the study planner. Blackout days removed from study planner now. Reflecting you can now set for the exam year-round. So that's part of the study planner. Becker Advantage Access Extended. And again, this isn't applying to you unless you've already purchased Becker and it was a 24-month access. So we extended that out. And I imagine that's going to be extended again. We do have live classes, and that would be Well, that's my Indiana school. So the format for you would be self-study or live online format. The live online format, you're studying just like we are now, and you have a real-time instructor, and they're going through and they're highlighting and showing you exactly what you need to study. You can ask questions. So it's a live online format. Now, U of L has a MAC program, Becker for credit. If you're getting ready to start your master's, and then U of K has the MAC program. It's known to take Becker. I will do the orientation, but you'll follow along with Becker. So again, you got one-on-one tutoring we are offering as part of our CPA review courses. Now, students ask for additional one-on-one courses, and you can call for tutoring as well. So what should you be doing now on time management? Organize your workspace. That is very important. We're all working from home. I mean, most of us. Some of you may be taking online classes. You may not be going to class. So make sure you organize your workspace. Be comfortable. The most important thing, and Peter had mentioned this a little bit, develop a routine because you need to minimize distractions. Motivate yourself to be productive. Don't procrastinate on this. Take breaks. Healthy habits, eat, drink, sleep. There's no shortcuts. Do what Becker tells you to do so that you will be successful passing the exam. And again, if it was that easy to be a CPA, that easy to be an accounting student, we would all be accountants. We'd all be in the accounting program. The pass rate is 50%. And that is because it's a hard test. And it's not because those that maybe didn't pass, they didn't put in the time management. You're very smart. You know this stuff. You've been, Becker does a great job providing the tools. So time management is your friend to pass the exam. So what should you do if you're planning to sit for the CPA exam in 2020? And I'm not sure anyone is, but don't panic. You are going to be able to test. Adjust your study plan. So just adjust your schedule. Don't cut corners. Make sure with Becker you do use the study planner because we all know you may need a week mental break. You may go on vacation. You can adjust that schedule and it'll keep you on track. So be thorough, don't cut corners, do all your practice, multiple choice, simulations. I'm pretty excited about the Skill Master videos. So if you're having trouble with one of the simulation exams, we have Skill Master videos, and that's going to break down that problem step by step for you. So you will have a great understanding of the steps for that problem. You're going to have Becker's personalized review sessions, and then you do have simulated exams that mimic the exam. So you will be able to practice and condition yourself for the 4 hours for the exam, and that's where I want you to practice with the mask on. So you want to complete all 3 Becker simulated exams, and then you'll rework those exams. So just keep your skills sharp now. It's the main thing. Keep in contact if you're online with your professor. Reach out to Samantha and I. We're all here to support you. So we will end this and let's go. I'll stop sharing and then we will go to questions. All right.
I can read them off to you, Robin.
Okay.
So the first one was, does internship count towards the 1 year of experience?
I always get confused on that, Samantha, because
I can take that one. If you don't, I actually just happened to, I have a presentation from the state board that we're doing later this afternoon for some educators and have that. So it can, as long as it's after you have your degree. Any internship experience that you get as a student will not count towards your experience. So you do have to have your degree in hand for that experience to apply.
Okay,
so the next one is, if I'm applying for the CPA exam in one state, can I take the exam at a location in another state?
Oh, absolutely. It's a uniform. The test is the same no matter where you set, so you will still apply in Kentucky, okay? So maybe you're not from Kentucky, you live in Ohio. So when you're going home, but you want to take a sections exam, you'll find a prometric center that's approved and you will set for the exam in that state. Yes. And but it's still, you want to apply in the state of Kentucky, your application, unless you're moving home somewhere right after graduation, then you would want to apply for that state. But absolutely, you can set, I'll get students that they'll take off the summer and travel, but they'll want to get some of their sections out of the way. So they'll be somewhere else totally on vacation and taking the exam.
The next one is, so when we go to test, we don't bring anything with us except a mask. They provide the calculator, pencil, pen, etc.
Yep, they're providing everything. The least you bring, the better. You know, if you want to bring, you'll have to bring your phone and keys. They will give you a, oh my gosh, what do you call it? A locker, and you'll lock that up. But the least you bring, the better for you. And comfortable clothes, definitely, yes.
If my degree is from a college in Kentucky, but I live and work in Southern Indiana, in which state should I take the exam?
That is strictly up to you. If you're going to work in Indiana and you have your 150 credit, Indiana, if you're going to apply for the state of Indiana, you have to have your 150 credits, and there's some other classes that you have to take. So that is strictly up to you. I think Kentucky, personally, I think it's a lot easier, the application process. You know, and I think because we're local here in Louisville, Kentucky, I just think it's much easier, but that is strictly up to you what you want to do. But remember, Indiana, you will have to go to NASBA.org, go to Indiana to know those requirements. They're just a little bit different.
Yeah, so it's just really which state you want to be licensed in.
Yes.
Kelsey, that was from you. If you're going to work in Indiana as a CPA, then you'd want to get licensed in Indiana. And this will probably answer one of the questions that's down here. If you get licensed in, say, Indiana or Kentucky, but want to later move to another state and work, you can apply for a reciprocal license. So you don't have to take the exam again. You just have to do that application and get your license transferred over.
You take it one time. Remember, CPA exam one time once you pass. But yes, and it's a small fee. It's not that much, and you know, your firm would probably pay the $50, $50, whatever. It's an easy application to transfer.
Michelle asked, I have accepted an offer in New York starting fall 2021. I will be taking 2 additional accounting classes to meet the New York requirements, but I meet the Kentucky exam requirements now. Am I okay to apply in Kentucky and begin taking the tests now?
Oh, absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Like
I mean,
said,
take advantage if you're online and you're working from home, and this is a time to take the exam if you've met the requirements for Kentucky.
Like I said, I think that reciprocal application answers that question too. You can go ahead and get licensed here in Kentucky, and then once you meet the education requirements for New York, apply for the reciprocal license.
Yes.
How do I know if I've submitted all the required materials, transcripts for my application?
They will let you know. Make sure that if you've taken any college credits in high school, I know a lot of students do now, make sure you have all those transcripts. You will have to make sure you've got all your transcripts from all your schools that you're going to use for that 120 or the 150 if you're going to go ahead and submit your 150. And you have to have the 27 accounting credits, and then you also have to have the 12 business. So make sure that you do have all those because what's going to happen is you're not going to get approved. So like Dick and I were talking, make sure you complete all application, submit everything accordingly. If not, all it's going to do is they will let you know. They're going to send you a letter or an email. They're going to let you know, hey, you did not submit this, and it's going to hold it up another 2 or 3 weeks.
If you feel like it's taking a while, just call the state board
Yeah.
and ask them if they have everything. There's only 3 people in that office. They're usually very good about answering the phone and getting back with you all.
Yes. Yeah, Polly, Susan, and like I said, Dick's retiring. I mean, he's helping out right now. Samantha, does he have anyone that's taking his place yet?
Yeah, his name is Joe Donahue. He is the incoming executive director, and he has been working with Dick for the past month or so to be able to get in place. So, yep.
Good, great. That's great news. And I will tell you, they are so nice to talk to. Send an email, pick up the phone and call, just like when I called Dick last week. He's just like, hey, and so Holly and Susan, like I said, one of them just had a baby, so that's what's taking a little bit longer. But once she's back in the office, things will speed up a little bit faster.
How many weeks before my exam date should I start taking the mock exams?
I would allow, if you're, I would start, what Becker recommends is, I tell students like 3 weeks out, but Becker will tell you 2 weeks. And I always say like 3 weeks for that section, start your mock exam, because if there's any areas of weakness, it will let you know that, and you'll want to go back and rework those. And then your second 2 weeks prior, you'll want to rework those and take your next MLA exam. So yeah, so yeah, don't overdo it, don't overthink it, don't be trying to do it the night before. You will stress yourself out, because trust me, the mock exams, simulated exams, they mimic the actual exam. It's going to give you a score. And I think Becker is a little bit lower, will give you a little bit lower score than what's on the actual exam, because you want it to be harder. So if you're scoring 80, 90, you should feel confident that you're going in passing that exam. So at least 2 weeks. And then just do your follow-up work. Like I said, any questions you miss or you're not comfortable with, just go back and rework those.
And I'll also mention the AICPA has old exams available on their website. So if you want additional exams or problems to work, not that Becker doesn't have an abundance on there, but if you do want that, they're available on AICPA.org as well.
Yeah, and I want to say something before I forget. NASBA is encouraging all students to sign up and follow them on social media channels on the CPA Exam Candidate Forum. It's on Facebook. So look for NASBA. It's called the CPA Exam Candidate Forum, and that will keep you up to date. You can share posts and see what other students are posting.
Looks like, are there any scholarships I can use for the Becker review course and the test itself? And then how you can get a signature notarized?
Okay, so the first part of it is right now, Becker, because of COVID, some students did lose their firm offers, or those firm offers have been extended out. So we have been running great promotions, like $1,000, $1,200 off on our Becker. Like I said, the unlimited package, which is your premium package. I think that's the best. And that way you're unlimited, you don't have to worry. But yeah, we're running great promotions. U of L, I have a contract in place. The students get a discount through U of L. So Kentucky State students, I have a contract in place. You also get a discount as well. So we don't do scholarships anymore. We have really marketed to help students to be able to make it affordable for all students to take Becker, whether or not you have a firm offer. Samantha, do you have any scholarships available?
We don't, well, we just made our scholarships available this year to be there. The checks are made directly to the scholarship recipient. So if you need to use those funds for the exam, you can do that now. We realize that some students might have their tuition covered, but they need assistance with things like this. So I would encourage you to apply for our scholarships. That window will open again in December and runs through February. And then those awards will be given in April of next year. So might be kind of delayed if you're trying to do that right now. I'll also say we have, since we're partnered with Becker, we do offer a student member discount. So if you're not a member of KYCPA, definitely sign up. It's free. And it also comes with a dual membership to the AICPA. So, and then with that, the AICPA right now is doing a COVID hardship scholarship. So check that out. I'll be honest, I just saw it while kind of scrolling my Instagram. So I don't know all of the details for it, but organizations like that are definitely trying to get behind students and support you however they can. So take advantage of that. And like I said, our discount for our student members. In terms of the notary, there's a lot of ways to get it notarized. Offhand,
UPS stores will notarize, and I'm sure most of you live close to a UPS store, they will notarize that for you, definitely. And then also I want to mention the new Becker scholarship. Check that out on our website at becker.com, and that'll be opening up in the fall. And they give out some 100% Becker scholarships as well. You fill out a little easy application, answer some questions, and that's available for need-based students. So check that out as well. But that won't open up till fall, and then that'll be for to be able to use for next year's scholarships as well.
And Robin, Becker offers payment plans as well, correct?
Yes, we have the new flex pay options for students, just to help you as well. And you can do that for 3 months, 6 months, all the way up to 18 months. Yes, the flex pay options. And there's no interest, there's nothing like that.
Great. Looks like our last question, does the 18-month window start from the date you received your first NTS or from the date you passed your first section?
From the time you pass your first section. So once you pass that first section with the state, then that's when the 18-month clock starts.
Any other questions about the exam? Or
I hope this was very helpful and you enjoyed your hour lunch with us. And again, Samantha and I will be putting together workshops at your universities. We're going to have some guest speakers that have passed Becker. If you've been to our workshops before at U of K or U of L or Bellarmine, it'll be about an hour and a half, and we'll have guest speakers that they can experience taking the exam and going to school as well. And then we will keep you informed as Samantha and I continue to learn what's going on. You know, it's kind of an uncertainty time, so stay positive, healthy, take care of yourself, and you're still in a great position because CPAs is essential and you are going to be needed. Okay, the job market is there for you.
Kate asked if she can get the PowerPoint slides, and absolutely, I will send the PowerPoint out to all of the participants today. That way you can review. And as we said, if you have any other questions after this, feel free to reach out to us. And follow us all on social media. You'll get up-to-dates there. If you're not a student member, it's free. Sign up. The last thing that I did want to mention about the Becker scholarships and things like that, if you decide to be an ambassador for KYCPA or for Becker, you do get a little perk and discount on the Becker review materials doing that. So it also looks great on your resume. Keep that in mind if you want to fulfill a role with that, especially those that might be a junior listening in today. So thank you all.
Oh, and I just want to say the Becker scholarship for being a campus ambassador is a 100% Becker scholarship. So you get your Becker materials at no cost for helping me and working with me for a year. So keep that in mind if you're a junior or even seniors. School hasn't started yet, and I'm really going to need your help with a lot of classes being online to help me reach those online students to make sure that we keep them informed on up-to-date information.
Thanks, guys. You all have a great rest of your day, and good luck this semester. Hopefully we'll
Yeah.
see you in one form or
Yeah.
another.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone.